Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for July. I hope you guys are all really well. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Aquarius. So guys, take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. And as always, Aquarius, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Aquarius? Aquarius. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, you're starting out with the Three of Wands in the reverse. You have the Emperor in the reverse. And the Seven of Wands. So Aquarius, I feel like you're tired of waiting for something here. I feel like you may even be questioning whether or not your future lies with a particular person. I do feel like you feel things have kind of spun out of control. There's a lack of action that's taking place here. You're growing impatient with the situation. And I do feel like with the Seven of Wands here, you're standing your ground with somebody here. And I feel like you're protecting yourself. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Aquarius energy. Show me who's in Aquarius energy, please. All right, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Okay, so the person in your energy, I feel like they're working very hard right now, but it feels, and you could know this person through work, actually, for some of you. I do feel like this is somebody that's kind of more of a daydreamer. Whatever the situation is between the two of you, it has kind of escalated. It's kind of, the situation has grown. I feel like this is somebody who is not really investing much in the connection. They're more of a dreamer. They have a lot of options and they're kind of thinking about all their different options. They're not, you know, the effort that they're putting in is not necessarily into the connection. So, and it's because they do have these options, and it's also because they're in this energy of daydreaming versus efforting, versus putting the work in. Let me see. Show me the energy between Aquarius and this person. So I can see why you're impatient with this person. It's like they're in this, you know, let me look at all the different options I have. Let me think about what I need to do. And not really putting the investment into the connection. The Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, so you feel like this person's not really choosing you. And it could be their work situation even. It doesn't necessarily have to be another person, but it's this energy that you feel that this person is not making you a priority. They're not putting the proper effort into the connection. They're not really investing in the connection. They're just, you know, doing a lot of daydreamy stuff. I feel like there's been an ending between the two of you because you've just grown impatient with this person. Let me see what's affecting the connection. Four of Pentacles. Six of Wands reversed. Yeah, you've been kind of holding on to this person, kind of waiting to see what they're going to do here. You know, are they actually going to invest or are they not? And I feel like you feel that it's just out of control at this point. In their energy with the Six of Wands, they may feel like they don't have what it takes to make this successful. So it does look like they're putting their energy into other things or other situations. And it may even just be work or their job, you know, or their money. But there's, I'm getting the clear sense that this person is not really investing in the connection. They're not making you a priority. And so, and they feel like it wouldn't be successful anyway. So they're very lackadaisical with the way that they're approaching the connection. So I can see why you don't want to wait around for this person. Let me see the outcome for Aquarius and this person. The end of the week. Show me the outcome at the end of the week. So you're feeling like you have to kind of protect your energy here. The World. Yeah, you've put an end to the cycle. You're protecting yourself and you're standing your ground. For some of you, this person could be, you could work with this person. They could be a boss or somebody that is in a position of control. I do feel like you're ending a cycle, so a new cycle can begin. So, and I don't feel like you're going to back down from that energy either. You're protecting yourself. Oh, look at that. Bottom of the deck is the Devil. Now, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but the Devil as an underlying energy does indicate that there's some toxicity here, which is exactly why you're feeling things have spun out of control. All right, so let's clarify. Spirit-wise, the Three of Wands in reverse. All right, Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Six of Coins. All right, so you want an equal give and take. Yeah, this may affect your money if you work with this person. You could have some concerns with that. I see that you kind of weighed up the pros and cons. You want balance. You find that this is not balanced. You're tired of waiting for the balance to come in. And I feel like you've made a decision here to end the connection in order to protect yourself. Why is the Emperor in reverse? Why is the Emperor in reverse? The Magician reversed and the Queen of Wands. This person may have tried to bring you in as a third party for some of you. For others of you, you feel very passionate towards this person, but you feel that things did not manifest correctly between the two of you because there's a lack of emotion and too much passion in the connection. So it just didn't manifest the way you wanted it to. I do feel like you're still energetically holding on to this person a little bit, you know, hoping that they kind of get it together, but feeling kind of doubtful at the same time. I also feel like you have a lot of options here, Aquarius. You're definitely in this energy where people are enjoying being around you. They like to be near you. There's an energy here where others enjoy your company, find you very attractive. And I feel like you're aware of that as well. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Five of Pentacles. Ace of Wands reversed. Yeah. You may have left this person out in the cold, or you feel like they may have rejected you. I'm getting a very strong sense that you feel this person was in for the passion and not for the love in the connection. And I feel like you feel that you have to protect yourself, that it didn't manifest in the way you thought it was going to. So I do see that you've kind of left this person out in the cold, ended this, and you're going to stand your ground with regard to that because you're self-protecting. Let's look at their energy. Why is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, we have the Page of Cups reversed, and we have Judgment. So this person, I don't see that they're investing, but they're unapologetic about it. It's almost like a sense of entitlement, Aquarius. They're not apologizing for their lack of investment here. They do want to still be with you. They want to bring this back together, but I don't feel like they are apologizing for any of the lack of balance in the connection. Let me see. They could even have other options. If they did, it didn't work out. Let me see why the Eight of Pentacles is here. they're not expressing love and emotions. So you're spot on with your intuition. We have the Hierophant reversed, and we have the Two of Swords. So there's a decision. This person's at a crossroads in their life, whether or not to end this connection entirely or to invest in the connection and actually put effort in. But they don't feel that they have what's necessary. This person may even have some self-esteem issues here. So they're at a crossroads. They have to either accept the ending of the connection or they have to put in the effort. So I feel like there was an ultimatum that was given here. Why is the Seven of Cups here? You could be dealing with a Taurus, Scorpio energy here, Leo energy. We have the Strength card reversed, and we have the Ten of Wands. So they do have other options here, and I feel like they don't feel like any of the options are very strong. You're dealing with somebody here, Aquarius, that they don't have a very strong connection with you. There are some feelings, but they're very, very small feelings. So you were feeling like this person was in it for the passion. I would have to agree. They're now at a crossroads because it looks like there's been an ultimatum that they either invest in the connection properly to bring balance to it, or, you know, just accept the ending of it. I feel like you just kind of walked away. You left this person out in the cold. And I feel like they need to work on themselves, and they're unwilling to do so. This is somebody who does have a lot of problems here, and they're unwilling to work on those problems, or unwilling to resolve the problems between the two of you. They are kind of looking at it, you know, it's like they know what needs to be done, but as far as actually, you know, doing something about it, I don't see them doing it. Let me see why the Lovers is here in reverse between Aquarius and this person. The Fool in reverse. And the Page of Swords. They're looking to see if you're willing to come back together with them without, you know, the emotion, without them putting in the work. And I don't feel like you are. I feel like your intuition is telling you that, you know, hey, if this person's not going to invest properly, they're not going to bring a balance to this connection. If it's just going to be passion, I feel like you're saying no. I'm not going to put myself at risk. You're protecting yourself. And honestly, looking at their energy, I think you're right to do so. They're keeping an eye on you, though. I don't know if it's through social media or if you work with this person, but they're definitely keeping an eye on you, and they know why you've pulled back from this connection. They're very well aware of why, but as far as putting in the effort, you know, they're at a crossroads, and they know they're going to have to actually do the work, and I don't see them wanting to do that. All right, we have the Five. Oh, let me grab one more card. One more card, Spirit. Show me what's affecting the... That wasn't one. Show me what's affecting the connection, please. All right, so we have the Five of Cups reversed. Yeah, the Emperor in reverse. Now, you have that energy twice. So I feel like you're not gonna take charge in the situation. You're kind of sitting back. You've said to this person, look, if you want this connection, then you got to invest in the connection. You've got to do more than just give me a half-assed effort. And I feel like they're not doing that. So you're kind of sitting back. You're hoping that there's still love here. There's hope still here in your heart, but you're not... You know you have other options. You know that you're attractive. You know that other people are drawn to you. So you're not willing to basically be the person who takes charge of this connection. And I don't blame you. I feel like you've been giving with the Six of Coins here. You've been giving, but I don't feel like you've got the same effort in return. And I feel like this person is not really giving you what it is that you're looking for here. And that's why it's not manifesting in the way that you want it to. You maybe even question yourself if this person was manipulating, you know, trying to be manipulative. Now, I do see that you're still holding on to the hope that there is feelings and emotions here. But in their energy, they're coming across as not being very honest. And that's why this is not successful between the two of you. They know exactly what is needed, and they're angry that you have actually put them on the spot where they now have to make this decision. See, they want to kind of sit around and daydream and just have the passion without actually doing any of the work. You're now saying, well, I'm not going to do all the work. I'm not going to do your job for you. It's either you step up or step out. And when they didn't step out, they just kind of sat and watched. You stepped out. But I feel like they're angry. They're angry that you put them in a position where they have to make this decision whether or not to put effort into this connection. So trust me, they know exactly what it is that you're requiring of them. They may have some regrets for some things that they've said to you as well in anger. It looks like they spoke in anger and they have some regrets for that. Page of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Wands reversed. They're hoping that you will lower your guard, that you'll put an end to all this nonsense, Aquarius. That's what they think. This is a bunch of nonsense. I want you to lower your guard, Aquarius. This is what they're saying. You lower that guard, step back from this ultimatum. I don't like it. I have other choices here. And, you know, you're creating a problem in my life. Let's just resolve this. Let's put an end to it and just move forward and with what we were doing before. And Aquarius, you're saying, look, I'm not backing down. This is not good for me. I am going to protect myself from this toxic energy. And actually, you've got somebody new coming in. Yeah. Once you reconcile yourself to the fact that this is not moving forward and you can fully turn your back on it, this Wheel of Fortune's turning in your favor. You're going to put an end to this cycle, protecting yourself in the process, and there's this Page of Wands, so there's someone new that will come in at that point, and it's actually going to be much better for you. It's going to move everything in your favor. And truthfully, you deciding to put an end to the way this person was operating in this connection, not really giving, but, you know, just expecting you to put in all the work, that's what's made the change here. That's what's made the change. Your recognition that this is toxic behavior, that you have to protect yourself, that you're not up for just a sexual connection, you want more. It's changed the entire dynamic. They're pissed about it. They're pissed and they feel powerless because they see that they're going to really feel powerless when they see you moving forward with somebody new. Because they really think that they can just, you know, they can just wait you out, basically. They have other options. They can just wait you out. But I don't think you're going for that. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Hangman in reverse. You're viewing this person very differently than you have in the past. You could be dealing with a Pisces, but you're viewing this person very differently than you did in the past. You're tired of waiting around for them to put effort into this connection. You're going to stand your ground, and it's literally going to be a game changer for you because that's when the new energy comes into your life. So, yeah, I mean, I get you. Judging by the energy that I'm seeing, I feel like, yeah, you're on the right track. You're dealing with somebody very stubborn as well. Let me pull an oracle for Aquarius, please. All right, let's see what we have. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Well, I don't know. I see that you're accepting this person as they are, but I think that your relationship with yourself, and I think that the transformation is coming through your decisions here, Aquarius. So, yeah, it's not unreasonable, guys, to expect somebody to put effort into a connection. It shouldn't be a choice. If this person loves you, you love this person, then you each put in effort. And this person just, you know, wants you to do the work. So I think what's going to magically transform is your relationship with you. All right, I hope that this has been helpful. I hope it's given you some insight into the connection. And if you've resonated with it, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you in your next reading, Aquarius, namaste.